Hey there, Marvel Maniacs. Welcome back to The Real. Today we're celebrating the return of Starlord, Drax, Gamora, Rocket, and Groot to the big screen on May 5th, 2023, when Marvel releases Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. We're honoring the world's favorite band of sci-fi misfits by counting down 8 cool facts about the Guardians of the Galaxy. If you're a fan of comic book movies and cinema in general, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more amazing content. Since first debuting in the pages of Marvel Superheroes number 18 in January 1969, the Guardians have protected the universe from a plethora of reality-shaking threats across film, television, comic books, and video games. So without further ado, let's dive in. Number 8. The Guardians' rotating roster. In the 5 decades the team has been active in Marvel Comics, there have been over 3 dozen different members of the Guardians of the Galaxy. The initial roster consisted of Vance Astro, Martin X Tanaga, Captain Charlie 27, and Yondu Udonta. Martin X and Charlie 27 actually appeared very briefly in the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, played by Michael Rosenbaum and Ving Rhames. Some of the lesser-known characters over the years have included Starhawk, Nikki, and Bug. The beloved MCU Guardians roster of Starlord, Gamora, Rocket, Groot, and Drax has increased over the 2 films and recent holiday special to include Mantis, Nebula, Kraglin, and Cosmo. Number 7. Chris Pratt's amazing physical transformation. Say what you will about Chris Pratt, but there's no denying the actor's commitment to the role of Starlord. When he was initially cast for the first Guardians film in 2014, Chris Pratt was mainly known as the pudgy, slightly problematic, but overall lovable goofball Andy on Parks and Recreation. To play Peter Quill, he lost over 60 pounds by working out 5 days a week and sticking to a strict diet of lean protein, vegetables, and complex carbohydrates. His dedication paid off, and he became the perfect embodiment of the intergalactic hero we know and sometimes love. Number 6. The Killer Soundtrack. The first film's soundtrack, Awesome Mix Volume 1, reached number 1 on the Billboard 200 chart and was certified platinum in the United States, having sold 1.7 million copies. It became the first soundtrack album in history consisting entirely of previously released songs to top the Billboard chart and is among the highest-selling soundtracks of all time. Filled with classic rock and pop hits from the 60s and 70s, including Hooked on a Feeling, performed by Blue Swede, Spirit in the Sky by Norman Greenbaum, and Ain't No Mountain High Enough, performed by Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell, it perfectly captures the film's fun and adventurous spirit. Number 5. Drax's new origin. Comic book origins are ridiculous at best, and Drax's original comic book origin combines moon-based alien immortals, spirit reintegration, and sweet, sweet revenge. James Gunn and Nicole Perlman, the writers of the first Guardians film, kept the revenge angle but changed Drax from a murdered human, Arthur Douglas, brought back to life in a powerful new body by Kronos, to an alien warrior. Both iterations are on the hunt for the intergalactic warlord and tyrant known as Thanos, but somehow a green-skinned alien powerhouse was just a little more palatable for the film audience. Go figure. Number 4. Volume 2's awesome opening. When the Guardians returned to cinemas in 2017, they kicked off their second adventure with an awesome action set piece almost entirely obscured by a hilarious Baby Groot dance number. The coolest part is that though Baby Groot may be a fully digital creation, the battle between the Guardians and a giant interdimensional tentacle monster known as the Abelisk was shot entirely on a soundstage with many practical effects, including a 16-foot animatronic puppet of the monster. Number 3. Post-credit mayhem. While post-credit scenes and teasers predate the Marvel Cinematic Universe, 1987's Masters of the Universe, anyone? They've become a hallmark of the MCU. But no one was prepared for the record-setting 5 post-credit scenes featured in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. The scenes featured Kraglin practicing his whistling skills, a star-studded Ravager crew, a tease for Adam Warlock, a surly teenage Groot, and last but not least, the legendary Stan Lee holding court with a crew of Watchers. While not essential to the plot of the film, each scene offered a good chuckle for audience members that stuck around for the plethora of incredible creatives responsible for the film. Number 2. Video game stars. The Guardians have appeared in multiple video games over the last few years, but the 2021 multi-platform title from Eidos Montreal was a standout single-player adventure that ranks among the best superhero video games in recent memory. Players assume the role of Peter Quill as he and the Guardians look to clean up an intergalactic mess they created when an ill-planned scheme went awry. The game is set in an original universe separate from both the comics and the MCU, but features familiar versions of the core Guardians characters, while raising the profile of lesser-known characters, including the Lethal Legion, Lady Hellbender, and Fin Fang Foom. Number 1. Marvel's Golden Boy. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 sees the cinematic debut of Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock first appeared in Fantastic Four number 65 in September 1967, and is a cosmic being genetically engineered to be a perfect human specimen and the next step in our evolution. Adam Warlock is a powerful hero in the Marvel comic book universe, often going up against the likes of Thanos. But this cinematic version, played by Will Poulter of the Maze Runner and Midsommar fame, appears to be an adversary for our titular heroes. Building off of the Volume 2 post-credits scene and the multiple trailers released for Volume 3, Adam Warlock seems to be a creation of the Sovereign People and their High Priestess Aisha, played by Elizabeth Debicki, to seek revenge on the Guardians for their betrayal at the beginning of Volume 2. Thankfully, we've only got a few more weeks until this mystery is solved, when Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 premieres on May 23rd. And that's a wrap. Thanks for joining us as we shared these 8 cool facts about the Guardians of the Galaxy. Did we miss your favorite piece of trivia about the Guardians? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, subscribe to our channel for more great content every week. We'll see you next time on The Real.